Hello and welcome to another edition of We Stream. Today we're gonna be breaking down We Skeem versus We Streem. That's some meta crap. Now, if you're somehow new to the channel, like if YouTube has for some reason decided this would be a good first video to see of the channel, yeah, I'm a musician, and the entire thing we're about to watch is mine, so this entire video is the plug. I'm going to just kind of break down this song for y'all. Hooray.
The only person I think you could play in that mask right now is yourself.
Alright, so that's from a live stream when Epic Lloyd invited me to join the video chat with Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd. I found it interesting, the idea of playing myself in a rap battle, so Subpar Rap Battles of History was born.
Subpar Rap Battles of YouTube.
Sorry, Subpar Rap Battles of YouTube. I can't even remember what I named my own crap. Anyway, this little title screen took hours to make, because I actually just redid it all. I didn't actually copy and paste anything for the ERB guys. I found fonts that I liked that were similar, and each one of these text icons, each one of them is a separate exported file. That's how I got them to move, is they were each their own little picture file, and then I just kind of keyframed motion out of them to do that slow drifting that Epic Rap Battles does, and all the little splatter effects I painted. This was done using a free photo editing software called GIMP, and a lot of pain and work.
We Skeem versus We Streem.
Now, outfit-wise, I just kind of wanted to do the classic sort of looks of each character. So We Skeem, the red tie, that's my signature look. The red tie, black suit, it's what all my profile pictures are. We Streem, you know, the goofier personality of this channel, oftentimes wearing the t-shirt under the blazer for a lot of reactions. So, you know, the green screening of this was the bane of my existence. I filmed it all in a green screen and the best lighting that I could, and it was a lot. The worst part were the headphones. I didn't realize that there was metal showing, so it reflected the green, so there's a lot of parts where you can't even see my headphones. But for the rest of it, I think I pulled it off decently.
You know you never should've messed with the masked rapper dressed to impress.
Alright, this beat, I forgot to mention. So, this beat I did not make, and it was mostly because this project, when I started it, because it was several months in the making, and when I started to actually record it, I was just like, I don't want to take the time to do a beat. This isn't going to be that big of a deal. And then when I was hundreds of hours into it, I was like, maybe I should have just made my own beat after all the time I put into this. But anyway, let's go back to the bars.
You know you never should've messed with the masked rapper dressed to impress.
So nothing really there, right? Masked rapper, that's me, dressed to impress. It's no hidden meaning.
Throw a t-shirt under a blazer, tacky. You scheme for ice cream, oh so wacky.
Alright, so that's a reference to my sign-off on the streams. I scheme, you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream, bye. And just like, oh, such a wacky sense of humor you have there. Also, the t-shirt under a blazer being tacky. It's a Los Angeles style. I actually appreciate it.
Your humor is stale and it makes me nauseous.
Humor is stale and it makes me nauseous, so just talking about some of the cringe humor. Some people would consider my sense of humor a little cringy, and even myself sometimes. So I'm just kind of like, you got a stupid, awful humor that nobody likes.
How you gonna battle if there's no pauses?
Now, this was a bar that ends up backfiring, because I said, how are you going to battle if there's no pauses? And I end up having We Streem pause the fucking battle. We'll get into that later. I had no idea how popular of a move that would be. But I like the pause and the frozen schemes, the little pause icon that's crossed out there. I like how this diss visually turned out. If you notice, the little pause here.
Humor is stale and it makes me nauseous.
Also, if you don't know, because for some reason this is your first exposure to my channel, I pause my reaction videos a ridiculous amount because I enjoy breaking stuff down, and that's the reason people are here anyway, so if you don't like it, go away.
How you gonna battle if there's no pauses? You hate on Eilish Bieber and the PRB flicks.
Alright, so Actually, let me finish that up.
Tantrum Tuesday, more like women with more talent than some prick.
All right, you hate on Eilish Bieber and the PRB flicks. Tantrum Tuesday, more like women with more talent. That's a prick. So, oftentimes, I'm criticized for how much I complain about certain artists, like the Princess Rap Battles, Whitney Avalon, Justin Bieber. I didn't get too much flack for my words on Justin Bieber. I didn't say a lot of mean stuff about Justin Bieber, but we'll get into where his place is here. And then Billie Eilish. And so the most common criticism is you're just mad because they're more talented than you. A lot of the bars I did for this really had to do more with like hate comments I get inspired the bars. Oddly enough, you probably wouldn't realize my thought on this, but of those 3 artists that I named, the only one that I would say is actually more talented than me in an objective standpoint is Justin Bieber. Because that dude's flooded with talent, whether you like it or not. Billie Eilish, I think, I don't really want to get into it, but she's not as talented as you probably think she is, for a lot of reasons. And then Whitney Avalon, I really don't know her level of talent beyond Princess Rap Battles. I hear she's actually very talented, so she might be way more talented than I am. She's not a more talented rapper, I can tell you that. But I hear she's a really good musician. She probably is. But the extra layer to this diss is more like women with more talent than some prick. So the implication that I just hate women and think that I'm better than women, but you have to realize I mentioned Justin Bieber, so it's also Justin Bieber's a little girl joke hidden nicely in there. It's a little fun thing. And then also Eilish fans, I'm sorry you're going to be all pissed at me. She's just a brooding teenager. I think Lorde was more talented than Billie Eilish, and I didn't think Lorde was all that talented either. And Tantrum Tuesdays is a segment I haven't really done in a while, but if I want to rant about something, I call it Tantrum Tuesdays.
You only exist so more people will know me.
You only exist so more people will know me. Streem was literally created on a whim. Because it was just like, oh, people want me to react, so I'll do that, and maybe I'll draw more traffic to my songs by doing that. So that's just a true statement. Streem exists, even still now. The reactions are fun and all, but they're not the thing I like to do the most, so it's really just a way to get traffic to the channel.
Pack more meaning in one bar than your entire dynasty.
Pack more meaning in one bar than your entire dynasty, because most of the content of Streem is pretty shallow. You're just kind of picking up other stuff that people have done, whereas my music content usually has a lot of layers and depth to it.
Those who watch this battle, they are watching for Skeem.
This was a diss that ended up apparently not being true. When I was writing this, I figured this song would get a couple thousand hits at most, and the only people that would watch me battle myself would be people who are in this channel for the music. But it turns out a lot of the people who were the ones leaving hate comments on some of my videos, and a lot of the people who were like, yeah, stick to reactions, don't do music, checked this video out. And I could tell by some of the comments, a lot of the people checked it out in hopes that they would troll me again. But to give credit where credit's due, a lot of people said, look, that was actually not bad. I'm surprised. And I really appreciated that, because I'm sure if you're coming at me wanting to make fun of me and then you take a step back, that shows a lot about you being like actually a decent person. It was a lot of the people that only are on my channel for my reactions, and they actually gave me a lot more credit than I even think I deserved on this video. So that was one of the coolest experiences, was that this diss by Skeem was wrong.
Cause nobody in your corner clicks if it's not titled ERB.
And that's more true than not. This video was almost clicked on because it was kind of an ERB sort of thing, right? The ERB is the money generator on this channel, and I'm okay with that. I kind of worry what happens when I run out of ERB videos. Hopefully there'll be something else you guys will like to see me do. But luckily, we got about a year before that happens at the rate that I react to them, so we're good for now. It's a problem for future Skeem.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Streem.
That took so many takes to get my intro in syncopation with the beat to a way I liked it. Especially since I'm doing it at a part before the beat drops. Like, I re-recorded that so many times before I was satisfied with my intro lining up with the beat.
Today we kick the ass of an emo kid named Skeem.
We'll take a moment to appreciate my thickness. Emo kid named Skeem, because, you know, my music's pretty emo and sad and dark, and just this whole thing is just the voice change, the personality change. I really was trying to reflect, like, This is me as Reactor now. We're goofy, we're doing all the fun stuff. So hello, welcome to another edition of Streem. Today we kick the ass of an emo kid named Skeem. Like just getting into that persona, that vibe I get myself into for reactions.
I'm always dark and pining and whining about my success.
Now that was really not a true bar, because my songs very rarely talk about my channel, the success of my channel, but it just kind of was a fun little thing to throw in there. Typically, I don't really acknowledge my YouTube channel in my rap lyrics, but it was a fun bar.
You're like Batman says the cool and cash, not even Pete was such a mess.
Triple pause threat here. Look at the layers to this pause. So I'm gonna let myself explain this bar.
Alright, so that's a reference to, you know, like Nice Peter's Batman is notoriously bad, so he's just making that comparison to Skeem. You get it.
You get it? You get it.
I exist for you, well you're welcome for the views.
Alright, obviously saying he's doing a reversal of the line from earlier, saying, oh, so if I only exist so people will know you, well, you're welcome then, because otherwise they wouldn't listen to you.
You ungrateful, hateful music man, alarmed I hit the snooze.
Ungrateful, hateful music man, alarmed I hit the snooze, you know, Music Man, there's whole musicals about that, and alarmed I hit the snooze, so play on being alarmed and alarm clock and not taking it seriously, snoozing, hitting the snooze. Pretty basic bars from Streem. One thing I tried to do in this battle is I wanted Skeem's rap to be technically a better rap, but Streem was supposed to be funnier. And I think I pulled that off because most people have Streem winning on the sole basis of how hilarious Streem came off. And then let's talk about the pausing again. The pause for me was just like a normal, yeah, of course Streem's going to pause the battle to explain his own bars. And I actually made sure that I paused the two bars that I thought the most people wouldn't understand. And it was literally a device for me to make sure people didn't miss some of my favorite little ERB inside joke bars. The second one, as I'm sure you've seen this before, is about the snafu with Nice Peter, and I wasn't sure how many people would know the background, so I thought it'd be fun to explain those bars. But I didn't think of it as like this gag or gimmick that would be so popular. It was just something that made sense to me. It was really natural, and I think sometimes those natural thoughts hit the hardest, and that was true here.
Was this battle your idea? It's confusing as hell.
This battle is confusing as hell. Like, well, what is this? Are we the same person? Are we different? I got the face on the wall. I don't even understand the lore. If someone could explain it to me, don't.
Making music deep and hollow, it's like falling down a well.
I like the little falling animation I did because it's nice and hokey, but still fun. You know, falling down a well, obviously, I'm saying that the music has no substance. A lot of times people say, oh, it's so deep. And I'm like, yeah, it's so deep, but there's nothing there. It's empty, it's hollow. Because especially since it's so convoluted, sometimes it's just like, okay, yeah, this is really deep, bro, but it's like falling in a freaking empty well version of deep, so it's not actually enjoyable.
But when it comes to making profits, this is all on me.
I kind of already talked about that, the profitable part of Streem and ERB reactions. But you'll see later, it's not all ERB that I get my money from.
You're only sharing in the credit cause you titled it We.
So Skeem, Streem. You would only have, if it was just Streem and not you wouldn't get any of the credit.
Just hope I don't react to any songs that you prepare, cause if I buy a stuck it's pussy bitch, then you don't have a prayer.
All right, going back to this whole idea of, oh, Streem just hates women, that's why he disses on Billie Eilish and Whitney Avalon, so he's like, if I'm biased against pussy, if I'm biased against women, then you don't have a prayer, because you're a pussy, you little bitch. I just called you an emo kid earlier, and so you better hope I don't react to any of your songs if you're wanting to see a Tantrum Tuesday over some bitch.
Your fights about the views like they're lifted by you.
Another note on the way that this is kind of produced, like the backgrounds here, I found, you know, basic backgrounds and just recolored them to fit the color schemes of the characters. Did some basic zoom in and outs of the background and blurred the backgrounds just to kind of give depth to the whole thing. I noticed ERB did that, so I was just kind of copying that, and I think it worked pretty well. Don't flex about the views, you know, like flexing, but literally flexing muscles like they're lifted by you. See what I did there? Like you have to lift something if you're flexing and getting stronger, lifting weights. So don't flex about the views. Like I'm flexing about how many views I get as if they're lifted, like you're lifting them. You get it? You get it? Because
When there's nothing left to steal, well then what you gonna do?
a lot of people say reaction channels are just stealing content, and I was talking about earlier, like, what happens when I run out of epic rap battles of history videos? Will there be any views left? So he's like, yeah, don't act like the views are because of you. The views are because of other content that you're stealing from. You ain't lifting shit. You're just in the right place at the right time. What's gonna happen when you run out of crap to steal? Decent bars there, Skeem.
Talking profits, dude. You make $4 a shirt.
All right, so now we're going back to the profitability. Yeah, my merch, like this shit doesn't make that much money. It's really the what I hope to get out of it is more if people wear the merch, it spreads awareness of the channel, brings in more ad revenue on total viewership. And as I will mention here,
Made more money on my album than you'll ever make on merch.
between streams on Spotify and Apple Music and selling the physical copies of my album, yeah, I did make more money on that album than I've made on merch. So that this is pretty true for now. I would imagine whenever I drop another album, it'll probably keep that true.
You got the wrong Robin and you're using it for robbing fans.
All right, everyone's always asked about Jason Todd. What's the Jason Todd meme? What's that all about? I got the wrong Robin, so I thought it was Dick Grayson instead of Jason Todd, and boy, did people correct me. They still do almost daily. I get comments on that same video saying, hey, did you know this was actually Jason Todd? I'm like, did you not even look at the comment section? Like, that comment's like a million times, and some people aren't even being ironic about it. They literally just think they're the first person to tell me that. And I'm using it for Robin fans because, you know, I have merch, and the merch was hotly criticized for being too basic. I've made new merch because I had my artist help me that's less basic about Jason Todd. Hooray! I like the basic merch, but you know.
Overuse a stupid meme that half don't even understand.
Overuse a stupid meme that half don't even understand. These are just comments in the background of all these people saying they don't know what the hell the Jason Todd meme is.
I think it's time I go intelligent. Who fronts is intelligent? Some truth, you're a narcissist who keeps getting pissed because your fans are smarter than you.
And that part is obviously the best true rap of this whole thing, so we'll break it down.
I think it's time I go.
So I think it's time I go intelligent. So go and tell someone, tell a gent, he's a gent. So I think it's time I go and tell this guy, which is also obviously made to sound like intelligent, which is my next line.
Intelligent.
So who fronts is intelligent.
Fronts is intelligent. Some truth, you're.
So now I'm just making some accusations that would generally be made about someone with my type of personality, especially since I do like the We Speak segments and all this other stuff, and I'm very much a logical thinker. So he's like, you're just a narcissist who's getting pissed because your fans are smarter than you, you know, talking about how I always get mad at fans for correcting me when I wasn't wrong, or for pointing out stuff that I already got. He's like, you're just so narcissistic and insecure in your intelligence that you just gotta lash out at your fans. It's really, if we're being truthful, it's nothing to do with my intelligence or my insecurities. It's just, I'm just kind of a dick. And stupidity annoys me. So if someone's trying to put their stupidity on me, like, they think I didn't get a bar because they think it was complicated when I thought it was basic. For me, now you're projecting your stupidity onto me. And since I don't like stupidity, now I'm annoyed. I'm just annoyed that the stupidity exists. And my dogs are barking and it's really annoying right now. Shut up!
You're a narcissist who keeps getting pissed because your fans are smarter than you. When the people see me, they want a face reveal.
That face reveal is smooth. Can we just acknowledge that? Like, let's go back one frame at a time here. Look at this. You can't even see that other mask. So this is just about the idea that no one was really asking me to do a face reveal when I was just We Skeem. Obviously so, though, because they only saw photos of me. They didn't see me, like, talking in real time in video mode or anything like that. But it was just a good way to turn around and be like, look, no one was asking you to do a face reveal until I showed up. So no one cared about you enough to see a face reveal until I showed up. Obviously, it's also a visual gag because We Streem does a face reveal. And who is We Streem? Well, We Streem is We Skeem. So the face reveal is that I'm battling myself right now. So fun little visual gag there. And the way I did this was there no special effects aside from the background. It was literally I just wore 2 masks and did several takes until I got a smooth. It looked like there was 1 mask and smooth takeoff.
When they hear you, man, they want disgrace concealed.
So they hear you, they want disgrace concealed. That's just a fancy way of saying your music is a disgrace and they don't want to hear it.
I'm the guy who gets shouted out by ERB. You're the guy who gets a comment, but they say it wasn't me.
And Turbo Pause, I'll go ahead and let myself explain myself again.
Ooh, Skeem has a song called Christmas Sucks, and the ERB channel commented on it, signed like NP. So the assumption there was Nice Peter. But when Skeem was on a live stream with Nice Peter, he said that he had never seen a video or heard anything from Skeem. Yeah, awkward moment.
That's on my old desk. Right, I've been having the microphone more direct in front of me lately, which I guess is probably annoying because then it's blocking me. I don't know why I've been doing it. I could get good sound with it moved away. Fun fact about these little pause sections, I had the audio of the pause recorded before I ever started filming anything. I don't have a version of the song where there's no pause. I actually recorded a keyboard click sound. I recorded the lines, and then when I was filming the video, I already knew we were going to pause. And I filmed this section before I started filming the green screen stuff. I was not saying anything in the footage of this. I was kind of muttering the words so that my hand gestures would be somewhat lined up. But I'm not actually talking here, which is one of the reasons the microphone being so far away isn't impacting the volume. Because when I have the microphone moved out of the way, it somewhat impacts the sound. And now I'm like super self-conscious about the microphone blocking me. Maybe I should move it. I'm not going to. We're too far into it.
He had never seen a video or heard anything from Skeem. Yeah, awkward moment. Unstable, unpredictable, your content isn't usable.
Unstable and unpredictable, your content isn't usable because a lot of my songs very much switched like polar opposite of the last one. So he's like, your content's not usable because it's not consistent enough. You'll go from releasing Bling, which is like a mumble rap type album, to releasing Untitled, which is just this piano ballad, which is also on Bling. It's not something people grasp onto because it's too different all the time. So your content's not usable.
I'm picking Google's pockets, making small dents in a family goal.
Picking Google's pockets, making small dents in a family goal. So basically ad revenue. So I'm getting money from Google in ad revenue. Making dents in a family goal, the family goal being that Mrs. Skeem could be a full-time stay-at-home mom, and Streem is contesting that I make the real money on ad revenue, so I'm the only one helping us get closer to this family goal.
You're a loose thread.
Also, props to my artist for that amazing portrait. Come on.
My suit, I need to tug.
So loose thread on the suit, you need to tug. You get it? You tug a loose thread. And he's, again, going back to the idea that you're unstable, so you're like a loose cannon.
Your songs are on my life support. It's time to pull the plug.
It's probably my favorite bar in the whole song. Songs are on my life support. It's time to pull the plug, because if someone's on life support, you pull the plug so that they die. But also because in all of my Wii streams, I'm like, and that's the plug. And the plug is a Skeem song. So I'm saying it's time to pull the plug. And if you know anything about media or TV shows, if you pull something, it means you're canceling that segment, you're pulling it off the air, you're no longer doing it. So I'm saying you're on my life support, so I'm pulling the plug as a double for killing you, and just maybe I should stop doing the plug at the start of these videos because we don't need you anymore. You probably got that already, but if you didn't, take time to appreciate my favorite bar in the song.
Who won? Who's next? You decide!
I'm decently impressed with my impression of I think Nice Peter does the narrator voice. I think I did an okay job.
Or not, cause I don't really trust your judgment!
You decide or not, because I don't trust your judgment. I don't. I am doing a second one of these, so hooray. I'm working with another YouTube channel on it, so that's exciting. I really am not going to do these flippantly. I'm going to do it if there's a good idea and a good collaboration, and this is a situation where I feel that is there. These comments here are just general hate comments if you've never read them. Like, how the fuck can you watch videos where he pauses so much, and then some other complaint? I don't know, you could read it later.
Oh, subpar rap battles of YouTube!
So beat was by count. I wrote it. Skeem and myself and my wife filmed it. Skeem sat on my lap for a lot of the editing and was around for a lot of the editing, so he got editor's credit. Storyboard was mainly by me, but also in the Discord, I tasked people to help me with the storyboard, and I mentioned Marrow, as aka Meme Marrow, separately because he filled that Discord up. I didn't use most of his ideas, but he took some time and was just like, here is my list of all the ideas for this, because I let the Discord hear an early draft of it. It wasn't exactly what ended up being released, but it was close. And so I let them help me with what should some of the visual gags be. Most of them didn't make it in, but a couple of them did. Like having a physical plug in my hand. It was something I sort of thought about, but they kind of reinforced, yeah, you should do that. Slap that ass. These are the super stands at the time of this video. There was no big boy brain producer yet. That's the highest tier on Patreon. I have one now, so they get producer credits at the end of my videos now. That's it. All right, woo, I talked a lot. I had like a behind the scenes video with behind the scenes footage, and that I released only to my members of this YouTube channel. I think I'm gonna put it on my Patreon eventually, but Patreon makes it really hard to upload those kind of videos because like, go through Vimeo, and Vimeo's like, pay us money to upload. So I need to find a way to get like a secure Google or Dropbox link and share it that way. But this is the behind the scenes video, sort of, that I wanted to make for everyone else. Because I want to have some things that are exclusive to people who, pay money into the channel, because it seems only fair. But I also didn't want to leave everyone else high and dry, and I thought it'd be kind of fun meta to react to my own thing and have triple layer pauses, and I don't know, maybe you like this, maybe you didn't. But if you found any of it interesting, cool. Look forward to part 2. It'll be coming out probably in a couple months, because these things don't happen quickly. Otherwise, they'll be crap. Until next time, though, I scheme, you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream. Bye!